Hi beautiful people, welcome to Kate's Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I am doing probably my last ABC April 2025 video of this collaboration. I'm just recording this before I go away for my daughter's wedding, so I'll be away when this goes up on my YouTube channel. But as I mentioned, I think in my last video, I'm making a series of journals using these covers. These are very old 1800s books and the spines were in pretty bad repair, and I didn't love the covers, so I decided to cover them all with this fabric, and then I'm going to do a different kind of thing, similar but different on the inside. Anyway, I decided I wanted some writing boards for these. And as it happens, it's W, so I'm making some writing boards. I've made this one. I have to keep reminding myself that they need to be really flat and smooth. Keep wanting to decorate them, but I have some beautiful digitals that I'm going to use. So these will go in here and it will be sort of a board, obviously, to write on and to sort of negate all the lumps and bumps that I often have in my journals when they're decorated. I don't think these will be super highly decorated journals, but I don't know yet. So I've made this one, and then I'm going to make some with you. What I've done is I've cut up a board that I've got. I don't know what it was originally. It had holes down the sides, some sort of filing system, and I bought them in an op shop thinking, oh, they'll make great book boards and things. So they're about, I don't know, I guess that's about 2 mils maybe, what we call chipboard, I guess. And I've cut them to size, and I've tried to size down some digitals. The book's a bit of an awkward size, so if you make it shorter this way, then you get this bit all cut off. So I haven't managed to get the whole of the print onto the board, but I still think they look really lovely. So this will be a really quick video because this is a pretty simple process. So this one here is using digitals from Ruby and Pearl, and this one here is Raindrop Lydia. So I'm going to start, I'm going to do that one. Just thinking, I've got 2 different sizes because I didn't want to waste, so this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I might use that one there. Okay, so I'm going to use the smaller one. Right. So the first thing I'm going to do is just tear these down to where the image is using my tearing ruler. I've printed these on, I think it's maybe 120 GSM, and it's the linen Southworth linen paper, so it's got a really lovely texture to it, and yeah, it prints really beautifully. If you're in New Zealand and you're wondering where I got it, I bought it on Amazon Australia. And it wasn't the cheapest. The first time I bought it, I made the mistake of buying the one that's about 90 GSM, which is still really nice, but it's quite lightweight. I wish I had paid a bit more attention to that. So I've got a lot of that, and I wanted the slightly more weighty piece because I think it makes better pages. Right, so I'm going to start by putting this on here and looking at how much of the image I'm going to lose. So I think I'll have the whole rows there and then just lose these bits. This one I've done an edge around it, but this one I don't know if I'm going to do that because it's quite small already. So I might just do the image. Again, this is pretty basic. Pretty basic. So yes, I will do the inking, and I am using, just in case anyone's interested, I'm using Antique Linen Distress ink, and then I'm also just going to go around with Versacolor Gold as well. So I'll do that and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've done a bit of inking and just crumpling up of the papers. And then I'm simply going to glue them onto this board. I'm just going to use my pricked glue stick and give it a pretty decent coverage. And I'm going to have the top left flower complete, and this does not have anything underneath it like the other one, so I don't know what how that's gonna end up, but anyway. So yeah, they're pretty, I guess they're pretty plain. I may be able to add, if I can find something that's flat, but it's, you know, the temptation is to add things, but it needs to be beautiful and flat so that, yeah, it can be leant on and written on, yeah. Then I'm going to get my sanding block, but you can use anything for this that you've got. I've got several sort of sanding tools. One's this, I don't know, this is ancient, memory keepers maybe, or memory something. Sanding block, so it's just got different grades of sandpaper. I used to use this one for roughing things up, which is just a foot, you know, nail file type thing. But now I use this little sanding disc, and I'm just going to go down the side, and that's how I'm going to take off the excess. Just keep sanding the paper until it just comes away. Because I want this to look old, I don't want it to look new. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. I hope that I will manage it in the end. We'll just wait and see. Again, if it's not, doesn't turn out how I want it, I can always make another one. I can print things out again. So, I mean, this print is beautiful. This Lydia Raindrop Lilac, this is Cordelia's Garden. I think it's one of the standard layouts pages, but it prints up beautifully. I love it. It looks amazing. So I'm really happy with that. And on this side, I've got a more of a layered page. So this is a more of a collage page, which is possibly something, you know, you could do yourself if you were making a page. But because I want it to be flat, I'm using it as is, and the linen just gives this here just a beautiful texture. So part of that might be in the print as well. So again, I'm going to glue this one on. I don't think, maybe do I want something peeking out for another layer on that side? Maybe I will. So maybe I will glue it on here. Actually, I might do this side because this has got a lovely gold edge. Yeah, I might glue it on here first. Why not? Let's give that a go and see if we like that. So again, lots of glue. Don't want any air bubbles. Let me think, I want it that side. Have I asked you how you're all doing? I hope you're all well, keeping well, having a lovely weekend. Okay. And I just want to scrunch this over, so it just gives it another layer. I don't know if you'll see the gold, but this book has sort of the gold on the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure I get this up the right way. I want it that way, don't I? And then this will go there. Right, so I'm actually going to end up caking that off. So I actually might tear this with a little bit of an edge on this side. And fit it onto this like that. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way, okay? So I'm actually going to glue the board for this one. And right, let's just check. That's the top. I mean, it wouldn't matter too much, but I would be a bit gutted if I did it upside down. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do it there. So yeah, my plan for this series is that each one will be a sort of a different colour theme, because there's lots of colours in that fabric. So I've got sort of a violet, lilac. I'm going to do Cordelia's Garden. So that journal will be my guest design project for Lydia, Raindrop Lila. And then I'm going to do a yellow rose one. And then, yeah, I've got 2 others as well. So I don't know. Haven't decided on those yet. So just looking for digitals at the moment. Right, so again, sand these edges and take this off. Okay. Now, the other thing I like to do is go around the chipboard and I just get my sanding block on those corners and just fluff them up a bit, because, you know, that's what old chipboard sort of looks like. And then really it's just a matter of sort of aging them up, I guess. So there we go, there's that one. And my next one, I think this is from Evermore by... This is Evermore from, this is Amity Bloom. So I kind of want this edge, I think, with the sort of that gives you the effect of the layers. So yeah, I guess a really simple project, but I was making them and they started with W, so I thought I would, again, just turn on the camera with you guys. So yeah, this one's a bit shorter, so I will be doing the edge on this one. And I might size it, maybe I'll size it beforehand so I have the edge all the way around, which is not what I did with the other one. So I'm going to take those flowers off there. Maybe we should try and make it straightish. Just use my mat to get it a bit straight. And that's going to go there. Again with the inking, so yep, I'll just skip this bit for you. Okay, so add the glue. Oh, that is going to be stuck to this. Now I wonder if I should have left a bit more at the top. no, it's okay, I think. Oh, so this has ended up. There we go. Right, so just kind of fold these edges over so I can get an idea of where this is going to sit on here. So yeah, we have got a gap down here. So we have got this edge we could put under here. No, I don't like that. Or another piece of this. Not a fan of that either. I have got some brown paper. Might do that. Tear it to there. Let's give it another layer. I think that will work. I'm going to glue that on. And then I'm going to glue this on and hope for the best. Okay, again, I think I will glue the actual board this time. Okay, right, now let's just try and get this to fit. So it's going to go up to there. Okay, so we've got this little bit of brown here. It's got a bit of glue on it, but that's okay, that will be fine. Okay, and this one is going on the other side. And I will do this. All right, so we have 3. They're scruffy and aged, and that's how I wanted them. But of course you could make them a lot more refined and smooth than that. And also the thought is you could add more to one side, but still you'd want to keep it flat, right? This one's a little bit smaller, but I love the layers sort of on that one. And I think I will probably do a little bit more inking around these. I haven't done the edge of this one, just to take away that grey around here. I mean, this paper here is really old and it eventually will kind of just break off, but I don't think that's going to affect how these look really. So it's quite neutral. So for example, we could add one of these little pictures. Okay, so I think that's enough from me today. We have our 3 writing boards. This one's super plain and sort of worn, and you know, I may do some more aging to it. I may do something up here. If I add anything like this one, I've added this picture here, which I love. I really actually am really pleased I did that. It's still flat, so this will obviously be the writing side. But you know, a label or something, and I may add something here in the future, but I haven't made the journals yet, so they may evolve a little bit more. However, I'm really pleased with them. I'm glad I've done them. I like that they're really heavy and weighty. They can go on top of the journal, behind, or they can slip in between a signature and sort of stick it out of the journal and protect some pages as well. So yeah, really stoked with these. Beautiful images from these 3 artists. So that's Emily Bloom, Raindrop Lila and Ruby and Pearl. Just really beautiful digitals to work with. So yeah. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed that video. I really appreciate it that you spent some time with me today, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.